Hi, I'm Cindy from Dancewear.com, and in this video I'm going to show you the difference between the fabrics that we carry. A lot of other companies carry them too, so it'll help you whether you order from us or from someone else. So the first one I'm going to show you is our Lycra. This is just our regular flat matte Lycra. There is a sheen to it under the lights, but not a lot. Something you're going to want to look for in that is that it's super stretchy, that it just feels really comfortable when it's on. This is the matte Lycra. So the next one I'm going to show you is our Shiny Lycra. It's hard to see on camera, but this is our Shiny Lycra right here. So I've picked the same color red, but it looks slightly different because of the shine to it. So I'm sure you can see that. The way I like to describe the difference between the regular Lycra and the Shiny Lycra. Imagine at your house, you have flat paint on your walls, but then your doorways, you have a shiny paint. And so that difference between the two, that low sheen and the high sheen, that's the difference between regular matte Lycra and Shiny Lycra. Next up, I'm going to show you the cotton. This is our red cotton. It's a very different color, and it's hard to see texture on the camera, but this is basically like a t-shirt look. So it's good for hip hop, a street look, something that is kind of dressed down. It's perfect for dance classes, things like that. It's got Lycra in it, but it's a cotton blend and it's mostly cotton, so it's going to give a completely different look. I would say the difference is more like bathing suit fabric and t-shirt fabric is the look it's going to put across. Granted, it's both got Lycra in it, so it's nice and stretchy. The next one I'm going to show you is our holographic. If you're looking for something, some people call it liquid fabric because it's got a lot of shine to it. This is our red. And the reason it gets two names on it is because the back is red and then the dots on it are red. It's little teeny foil dots all over it that unless you look really close you don't see, but it gives it a really metallic look. So we have some that are like maybe a orange back or a black back and blue dots, something like that. That's why there are two colors. One is the background color and the other one's the top coat. Next up we have is our mesh. Our mesh floats like chiffon, is sheer like chiffon, but it's amazing to work with. It's got that stretch of Lycra, unlike a chiffon, and then you can just cut that edge. Where chiffon, if you cut the edge, you have to hem it or it'll fray. This can be cut without fraying. Now granted, all of our items we hem, but let's say you think, okay, I want to change the hem length or the hem design. You can easily do that with a pair of scissors, and you don't have to have the machinery to put a hem in it. You can just cut it, but it has a beautiful, nice flow to it, and this is our mesh fabric. The last fabric we have is our lace. I'm going to put it up here so you can see the background of it, and it's a beautiful lace. We have mesh in between, but then there's about 3 flowers and some little ones clustered all over it. This, it has Lycra in it, so it has a nice stretch to it. It's a 4-way stretch. Now some of you are wondering, what is a 4-way stretch? A 4-way stretch means that it stretches this direction when you grab both hands and this direction with both hands. So this is our lace with the 4-way stretch. Next we have our velvet. Our velvet is, this is our red velvet, so you can see there's different luster to it. It's really a different feel. It almost has a little bit heavier of a look to it. It works really well if, like winter, if you want to simulate, maybe in our chipmunk video, we wanted to kind of simulate fur feel to it without having actual fur. We use the velvet. It's got a nice texture to it, and that also is a 4-way stretch. Now the thing about velvet, it stretches, but Lycra stretches a lot. So if you are ordering something in the velvet, you want to make sure that if you're almost into that next size, let's say your hip measurement is right there, move up to that next size If you're at the bottom, you should be fine with it. It's gonna feel a little bit more constricting than the other fabric. So if you don't like a tight feel free to move up to the next size. One thing, if you're using velvet, you want to think about and make sure that someone's doing that they cut all their pieces going the same direction. The reason being, when you feel it, there's one direction that goes smooth, and if you go the opposite direction, it's rough feeling. The reason you would want to do this, or make sure that all their pieces are cut the same way, because if you flip the fabric, let's say you have a top that when you feel it, it's going smooth down, and then the pants, when you feel them, they're going rough. It's the opposite direction that they're cut in. That's really important, because even if it's from the same exact roll of fabric, it'll look like a completely different color. So that is something that you'll want to know, that we cut everything going the same direction. So when you're looking for a velvet item, that's a really, really important thing to know. Even a black will look like it's two different colors and from two different dye lots. So that's all of our fabrics. With all of our fabrics, I always suggest hand wash, line dry. And the reason for it is it's gonna really last a long time like that. All of these fabrics I've thrown in the washing machine on gentle, and I have put in the dryer, and they're okay. But if you want to keep it and keep it lasting, I definitely suggest, especially with the lace and the mesh, not to machine dry them, to hang dry them. If you ever have any of these products and you throw them in hot water and the dryer and they shrink up, make sure and just steam them out. A little downy wrinkle release on it will help bring back that length. So if they shrink up, they'll stretch back out. But with any of these, if you want long lasting, definitely hand wash and line dry. And it'll keep them nice and fresh and looking brand new the whole time. If you have any questions about any of our products, feel free to give us a call or shoot us out an email. We'll be happy to help you out. Thank you for watching our video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure and click here to subscribe, because we're going to have some amazing DIY videos coming out. And if you want to get our free complete dance costume DIY guide, click right here, or go to bdancewear.com/DIY guide. And lastly, if you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching our video, and remember, be original, be colorful, be dancewear.com.